Welcome back, everybody. So this is the first edition, or the first episode, or first stream of the Upper Mississippi River Valley version 2.1 beta. We're going to do 24-day seasons, and we're going to do something completely stupid. We're going to try to farm every field on the map. You might ask why? Well, we own them all, so we might as well try to use them all, right? Hey, Chris, how you doing? So we're just going to see what we can do. We're going to actually run this at 10 times speed. So a game hour is going to take 6 minutes. And a game day is going to be about 2 hours and 25 minutes or so. So let's go in here. I had first planned to do this a little different. I was going to do it at 15 days and like 5x speed, but it was suggested that I try 10x 24 days. Let's take a look at our forecast. We can officially, oops, wrong forecast. That was the right thing, it's just the wrong screen. We can officially plant everything but corn and soybeans. We are using the Midwest geo. It's probably a little inaccurate for this area of the country, but that's what we're going to do anyway. I better open this up, otherwise we'll run into it at some point. So, Tiger Man says, how do I have 10x speed? In the save game file, under your career save game, there's an entry for like clock speed or something. I just set it 10. So I just put it at 10 and it comes up 10. Now of course if I try to change the speed in the game, then I won't be able to set it back to 10 until I exit out and change it back. So I added this cradle into the mods list. So the step deck mod pack from American Eagle Modding that I talked about in the other stream comes with the flatbed, comes with this support trailer that you then connect this to then roll up your self-propelled sprayer onto. And then it's got a locking script, so then you can drive around the so there's the toolbox. So if you get the toolbox, you get that. So we are going to, first thing we're going to do is, I've cheated in a little money. We sold everything off other than our bins. Okay, so we sold off everything but our bins, and that gave us $1.4 million. I've added two extra million to it because we're going to need some equipment to farm with. And I'll let you all decide. Should we go with the Case Steiger here with 688 horsepower and twin wheels? Or should we go with the Kloss 5000 with twin wheels? And we would get it in red because I just like red. It's 560. So which one should we get? I want just a couple votes. While you're thinking, we're going to look at the plows. So this is the case I'm using over at Churn Valley. It's 11 meters. Here's the John Deere, 15 meters. And then I've got the super ridiculous plow, 26 meters. Mark wants me to get the case. Anybody else want me to get the case? Alright, forever hold your peace. Let's see here. Maybe we'll just get the 630. We'll save a little bit of money. Oh, we don't care. Twin wheels with rear weights because it just looks badass. 1, 2, 3. Oops, wrong one. There it is. There's our Steigers. There's our 3 plows. So we are going to reset these. You know, I'm resetting the same one, I bet. How do I know which one I'm resetting? You know what? I don't even know which one I'm resetting. I should do this. Alright, so they did move the reset point, by the way, for version 2.1. It is, let me put these back. It is here between fields 14 and 15, kind of central to the farms, they said. Oh, it sounds mean too. Alright, we got 2, and we're going to tackle the fields with we're going to tackle this with follow me. We're going to do we're going to hit each field with 3 plows, and we might as well do the field in front of us first. We have to figure out how to get in there. Hey Mark, if you're going to do it, you might as well go all in and just be ridiculous. This is going to be a completely, I don't really care, we're just going to have fun series. So we're not really caring about realism. If we need money, we'll add money. If we can't go broke. Now, let's see. How do I get into this field? I don't know. We're just going to have to drive around until we find it. There should be a way in here somewhere. Well, I guess we'll plow this field first. This is the first one we can figure out how to get into. So Keith Cat wants to know how I got all the money. I added it in manually. So if you go into the save game file, and we're going to that. You know what? Probably needs to be a left offset, right? Otherwise we'll go in the ditch. So if you go in the career save game file, there's a money entry, and I just added a couple million to it. Did I unfold you yet? Alright, I gotta unfold him. So the only problem with this plow is top heavy when it's folded up. If you go around a turn, it will tip on you. Alright. 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 You know what? I had the offset backwards. I do want to write offset. That seems backwards to me. I guess it means it's going to offset the guy in front to the right. Not he's going to be offset to the right. Going to work out. It looks like it's going to work out once this other guy figures out what he's doing. So this is how we are going to basically tackle this crazy madness. We're going to use multiple workers, multiple things using follow me, possibly multiple things using course play, using offsets and whatnot. So every time we make a trip around this field, we're basically doing a 45-meter width plow. Oh, you're going to run into me, aren't you? Once I make sure these guys aren't doing anything stupid, I'm going to get in cab. Like, what's he doing? Where is he going? It's like I hired the idiots are us. Come on, let's back up. I gotta turn you off of. That's why you're not backing up. Come on. You're right there. It's probably because this other idiot's still following him. That's what it is. Alright. I'm not going to get stuck in a ditch. That is for sure. Alright, now we're going to do it right. There we go. That's what I wanted. So we're going to make one trip around the full length of this. And then, I don't know if we're just going to keep making concentric closing circles, or if we're going to attempt to do some up and down runs with this. As Mark suggested, we're going to make gentle turns. We might need to increase the trailing distance. Too busy trying to see what these guys are doing to pay attention to where I'm going. I like how we've got water culverts basically between the drainage ditches and whatnot going under the roads. And then we've got a drainage pond or a silt pond or something there the water is collected into. We'll have to square up the corners a little better, obviously under a single tractor. Alright, see you later, Eli. So how many of you all stayed up and watched the unveiling of 2.1 last night? I did, just to try to grab the map before... Oh, are you kidding me back there? You guys are completely messed up. Alright, we're going to set the follow distance to be a little bit further back. Did I not Did I not drop that plow? I need the HUD so I can see it. Alright. Alright. So that's what we'll do. So Keith Cat stayed up for it. What time zone are you in? I was in the Eastern time zone. I went to bed after 12:30 after they put the link up. Maybe they'll be a little better with a bigger trailing distance. Okay, so you were on the same time zone they were. We got rain. I'll tell you, I'll be glad when it clears off. I like to be able to see everything a lot better. They do, but that guy back there, I think two plows work a lot better. That guy in the back, he seems to be a little confused. Now, I did an interesting turn when I was doing the Cherry Hill series. That I would do a turn like this and make a big old turn to the outside. And try to do it wide enough that he might get stuck down in that ditch. I'll have to watch. See what he does. There he goes without abandon, just diving into the ditch. Plow down and everything. That's a bit funny, but at any rate, let's hope he can climb himself back up out of there. Yep, that worked. Stop looking backwards. Start focusing forwards. So I figure we would plow for at least the first 8 days and see how far we got. You know, we're tackling one of the bigger fields. I guess it's, well, not really the bigger fields, but kind of an average sized field for this map. Alright, we're gonna take a sharp turn here. And we're going to cut in front of this guy. And he's going to take a wider turn. But hopefully he'll be able to cut in front of that other guy. And hopefully it'll all work out. Let's see. Are we going to have a collision or are we going to pass in the night? Oh, perfect. That was awesome. Now he's going to drive in the ditch. I think that guy's been nipping at the sauce a little bit, so to speak. Chris says, how do you add the amount of each crop you have in silo? So basically you want to add, so this is on hard mode, we don't have anything. You want to add, let's say, like 50,000 liters of straw of wheat, 30,000 liters of barley, things like that. Just going to wait for this guy to catch up a little bit. Alright. Alright, so if you first save the game, then go into your save game folder, and there will be a career save.xml file. Oh no, don't open that one. There will be a vehicles.xml file. So open the vehicles.xml file, and somewhere in there you'll see something that says, like, basically just search for like wheat, and you'll see eventually you'll eventually see your farm silo, and it'll probably say, you know, wheat 0. Add some number into there, and then when you open the save game, come on, then when you open the save game, you'll have that much wheat in your silo. There he goes, off in the ditch again. So this is how you make quick work of big fields. Get yourself some big tractors with some big plows and set them off on follow me with offsets. You can do course play with offsets also. I think the economy file just tells you what fields you own and how many missions you've run for a particular AI crop farmer or AI farmer. And I don't know what else. So this time our driver won't go in the ditch. So we'll wait on him. And we'll be done this field here in a little bit, given the fact that we are, you know, taking 45-meter chunks out every time we make a pass. Not really sure where that guy's going. Well, that all worked out. So if you figure that this field might take, I don't know, 3 or 4, what's been more than that? I figure this field's going to take maybe 5 game hours or something. If we did this with one plow, it would have taken 15 game hours. And the fields are definitely not flat. Look at how they just dip and bow, and there was a kind of a bump over there. And I know the guy that did the map basically said that he didn't use realistic, I guess, elevations or anything. He just basically free-handed it. So you can see how this field just undulates up and down and everything, and just to think that he free-handed all that with respect to you know, just thinking, well, you know, the field needs to go up and down, so let's change the terrain on it. So we probably need to wait and let these guys catch up. So while he's waiting, I'm going to go look up the that file for Chris and just make sure which one it is. Alright, so for this map, are you asking about this map or just a map in general? there's that. There it is. Just a map in general. Okay, let me pull up another map. So I'm looking at my churn farm save, just seeing if it's the same. All right, wheat, barley, grapes. Yep. All right, so when you open up vehicles.xml, search for storage_storage, and there may be more than one listing. Like I've got. Where are you going? What are you doing way over there? For example, I've got storage_storage1, and I've got storage_storage4. So depending on how many silos you have, you may have more than one of those entries. And then under that is the various fill types that storage takes. So I've got wheat, barley, rape, sunflower, soybean, maize. For that particular, where are you going? I think these guys are completely lost. So you just go in, you add a little amount if you have multiple entries. I'm using Notepad++. So you add a little amount if you've got multiple entries, and then you go in the game and figure out which storage_storage number is representing the silo that you're interested in. It's also how I can, or how you can cheat in animals, or how you can cheat in product at the animal barns. So like if you search under vehicles XML for cow, you'll eventually find the entry for your the number of cows you have, the amount of food in each of the various food categories, and water. So what I'll do is sometimes if I'm doing a map video and I want to see the animals, and I want to see the stuff in the feed trough or the straw plane or anything, I'll go in, I'll save the game, and then I'll just plug in a bunch of values for the animal areas and load the game up and basically see how it looks. Like if I don't know where the wool is going to spawn in a map, I might put 100 sheep in. I might put 50,000 liters of grass and 20,000 liters of water in. Open the map up, speed up the clock a little bit, and then just see where the wool spawns. Yeah, with the in playing PC, it's pretty simple to manipulate the game how you need to or want to. Whereas with console, you're pretty much, I guess, stuck with actually needing to earn the stuff. And like if you've got a bunch of bales, each bale will have its own entry in the vehicle's XML file. So like over on the single player challenge series, where I had close to 1,000 bales, I basically had close to 1,000 entries in the vehicle XML file for each individual bale. Its location and coordinates, its density, if it was a silage bale or a grass bale, pretty much its state, and all kinds of other values. Alright, let's see here. Let's see if we need to clean up the edges. That one's good. There's our multi-terrain angle. Can't plow that apparently. Let's catch our edges here. There you go. That's this field. It's fairly accurate. Let's try two headlands. There you go. So we'll do course play on field. What field? Field. Now 23 ought to be awful interesting. Let's see here. We got another corner that we left off, didn't we? We got a couple smaller fields. We'll set up course play individual plows running on those. Maybe they caught these corners when I was doing my wide swing outs. Yeah, I could just do this. Yep, it's got all that corner. Alright, so we're gonna go over here to field 16 and set this guy up on a course. Did I already try to plow that? Oh, we got that. Alright. That's a pretty steep ditch. We got a beast of a tractor. It's just going to pull right on out. All right, we're going to do one. We're going to do two. Let's take a look at it. That's interesting. It looks like I'm kind of plowing a ditch, but we'll see how it plays. Alright. We're going to drop this down, get started, and go to town. Where are you going? Where are you going? There you go. Alright. Let's put you over here on field 17. What are you doing? How about we pick the right work mode? There we go. Alright, now we're going to set course play up on this field over here. 24, Simon. We're going to do 24 ridiculous days of play at 10x speed, and we're going to attempt to farm every field on the map because we are just being crazy. We are insane in the brain. 17. That one looks pretty interesting. Hey Delta Bravo, how are you doing? We decided to be completely dumb. Alright, now let's see here. Let's go over to field 14. And since we have the Beast tractor, we don't even need to worry about these ditches. We'll just drive through them. We don't need no stinking big bud. We just drive through the ditches. So this is field 14. Might as well go with 2. That one looks pretty interesting. You can't find the storage entry? Just search for wheat. You'll find a couple entries for wheat. One of them will be under the pigs. Alright, let's see how this guy's faring. So we're just experimenting now with course play on these fields. We know that these fields have some pretty nasty field definitions. They're not really defined very well. That's why we own all the fields, because if we didn't own the fields, The farmers wouldn't do the crops, or the crops would be growing all over the place. We also know, well, if you look in the XML file, or not in the XML, if you look in the map zip file, there's a listing that says known mod conflicts, and one of the known mod conflicts is the Bank of Hagenstadt, where they said basically if you buy a field and then sell it back, big portions of the map will basically turn to dirt as the map resets what it thinks is the field. Well, yeah, it's going to be a farm management because we got a 4x map. We got 54 fields to plant and harvest ourselves. Let's take a look. Where's our guys working? Oh, there's a little field. Where's our guys at? Oh, look at that one. That's a heck of a field there. Oh, there's one over there. Yeah, I don't really know what that is. Unless it dealt with dealing with shaders and junk. We did have some rain. There's your multi-terrain angle. So for those that didn't see the, there we go. That's not doing too bad. So for those that didn't see the, where is it? Oh, here it is. So for those, as I say this for a third time, for those that didn't see the video where they were announcing the 2.1 and the changes, one of the biggest changes is here over at the ethanol plant. This is significantly different than before. So you still come in at the scale over there. You wind your way around, and now you can go into either side of these, either side of this bay. There should be a sign here. So if you want to sell your corn, you go to the first bay. If you want to do production, you go to the second bay. And in the second bay, you have your readouts. And basically, you dump in here, and then you drive, or basically, then you start your ethanol production. And you get something called distiller's corn, or wet something. Let's take a look. Wet distiller corn. I've never heard of it before, but then again, I'm not a cattleman. It'll pile up here, or you can get it out of the pipe, and you can feed it to your cows as a silage substitute. So this is one of the bigger changes to 2.1. There is, while we're waiting on those guys to work, added a little bit here at the sawmill area. So we have a working sawmill. to make board pallets. And there's now a farm over here. Is this it? No. Where's the farm at? Oh, it's probably here. There's now a little farm over here on this side of the field, or this side of the map. So that wasn't here before. Did I catch you driving in circles? I did. Alright, so that pretty much works as expected. I don't know what I'll plant. I do plan on having animals. I don't see much purpose in having in farming. What am I doing? I don't see much purpose in farming all of these fields if we're not going to have animals. So we'll put obviously the proper crops in for our animal care, but we might as well dump a bunch of corn in. So we'll probably have wheat. We'll probably put in wheat. We'll probably put in canola. Well, we'll do wheat, soybeans, potatoes. We'll have to put in some grass for our moo cows, and corn, of course. But it's obviously going to be quite a long time before we get around to harvesting much things. It's yeah, storage underscore storage, and then it'll say node fill type equals, and then you'll have quote wheat, and then it'll have fill level equals 0 in quotes. So you change the fill level 0 to whatever number you want, you know, add 1 and a bunch of zeros, and then save the file, and then next time you boot the game up, it will reflect that. Now, I know you don't need to be closed out of the game entirely, but you may need to be out of the map. What are you doing? Are you driving in really big circles? You are completely lost, buddy. Alright, we're going to take over this guy. And of course you want to be making a backup copy before you go and make any changes, just in case you mess up your save game. So if we can manage to get 4 fields plowed in one day, in one game day, that'd be pretty awesome. Simon Baker says, where can I get this version? So I should have put a link in the description. It's over on Facebook. So you go to facebook.com/drmodmap, and there will be a pinned post at the top of their Facebook page, and there will be basically an unzip.me.zip or something. That's the map, and what else is in there? The map's in there, and the bin pack. So this map has a bunch of silos. These things. I'm not going to drop it, but you know, these things scattered all around the map. And they reworked the silos from the first version that was released to the second version. So you'll need the new bin pack, or the bins won't be in the save game when you boot up. Looks like that stagger's going in circles. I don't know what those are. Alright, so yeah, mine says node fill type equals wheat, and then it says fill level equals quote 0. It's a little bit different than what you're saying. But you should only have a few entries for wheat. You'll have an entry for corn, or for wheat at the pig area, or in the pig section of the file. And then you'll have an entry for wheat wherever wheat's accepted. If you've got a tipper full of wheat, it'll have an entry there. So, like, let's say you want to test something and you need some wheat, or you need some straw. Let's say you could buy a tipper and then save the game, go into the XML, find the entry for the tipper, and one of the entries, or one of the values, will be fill type, and you just put in wheat or straw, quote straw quote, and you put in an amount equal to or less than the tipper's capacity. Save that, open the game, and poof, your tipper's full of wheat. That guy's going in circles again. Hopefully he'll do better once we get these longer runs. What are you doing? You seem to be having issues with the turns, but of course that might be the partially the tractor, because it's articulated, and sometimes articulated things seem to have issues. So yeah, once you explore the XML file and kind of start to understand what all the variables do, you can pretty much make the game do what you need it to do. Or what you want it to do. know, if I'm doing a career game, then I obviously don't cheat things in. But if we're just doing something for play or for testing, I'll cheat stuff in through the XML file. The economy XML files where you can change your field ownership. So if you're starting on a map that only has, let's say you only own 2 fields, and you want to play seasons and you really feel that you need more than 2 fields, you can go in and basically add, well, there's an entry for each field, and one of the variables is something like player owner equals false. If you change that to true, then presto, next time you boot the game up, you own the field. The same works in reverse. Let's say that you feel you own too many fields and you want to sell one. Well, that's easy enough done. You just go in and change it from player owned from true to false, and now the AI farmer owns it. Alright, we're going to get back to using follow me. We're going to have to drop the plow on this guy. Alright. Here you go, and I'll update the description once the I'll put the link to the site in the description once we close out the stream and I archive it. So like, I wish when you, like here, when you turn on your headlights, the follow me driver does the same thing. I wish it would, if you lift your implement, the follow me guy would lift their implement. But, they don't do that. Oh, good thing we don't have collisions at the very end of the plow. And you are going off into no man's land. We will try a little better with our driving next time. turn. And you'll hopefully follow us. So this is going to be our live stream map. We're just going to do stupid, silly things on this for live stream fun. We're going to continue to do our recorded churn farms with 24-day play. This is going to be kind of a fun 24-day series. We'll add money in as we need to buy stuff. No need to be starving farmer. That's for sure. They also have a oh yeah, whatever, old guy farmer. There's no wrong way to play the game. There's just the wrong way to cheat. Also go over the same guys have a Facebook or not a Facebook page, a YouTube page. So go over and subscribe to that. It's the same, I think. DR Mod Map is their Facebook thing or their YouTube channel. That way they're going to be posting videos about changes. The map's still technically beta, so it will version 3 is supposed to be the final version. I thought you were going to be off to bed already, because you need your old man beauty sleep. Okay, thanks, Red Rebel. Oh, look at that. That's an interesting sunset. I know they do have a custom sky in. We can see, well, there's our moon. We didn't have a dark enough sky this morning to show the moon, and it was raining. We got the sun setting and the moon hanging up in the sky. We got some stars peeking through. We see the farm silos up in the horizon in the distance. It's hard to look at this map and not just forget that you're not not there. Seeing this view, the only thing I'm missing is hearing the whine and the whirl of the silo fans and the silo dryers running. I mentioned a while ago on a different stream that growing up, our house didn't have air conditioning, so in the summertime you obviously had the windows open. And in the fall, after harvest, we would on our grain bins we would have the dryers and the fans running to dry the grain out even more. and you'd hear them just whirling off in the distance as you fall asleep. So seeing those grain bins and everything kind of off in the horizon just kind of reminds you of that. You were being a complete idiot. We're just going to fold you up and let you sit there. I do find it funny how the pistons almost glow. So we are now in the pitch black phase of night. Wheel is still turned. Yeah, when I saw this map, obviously fell in love with it pretty quick. And then Oregon Springs came out. And on its own, Oregon Springs would be a really nice map. But it was a bit of a letdown after this map, kind of everything. Yeah, and I said in the video that's going to come out on Tuesday on Oregon Springs that in its own right, Oregon Springs is a nice map, but it just feels too sterile. The farms and everything just feel like they were just brand new built. No one's ever been in them. You know, the only thing in the buildings is the stuff for the customized points, and they're all the exact same. Whereas on this farm, on this map, all of your equipment sheds have like stained up concrete from oil stains and dirt. Each farm is decorated different than the other farm to really give you a sense that, hey, this is a different farmer. You know, some have farm posters up, some have sports posters up, some have different players, different teams up there. It really just gives you a feel that this is a real place, that real people are in, and not that it's just cookie cutter and sterile. I'm glad you figured it out, Chris. Now you'll be tweaking your save games to your heart's content. That's right, 7 farms now. When we had 3 tractors running successfully with Courseplay, we kind of flew around and I showed the farm that's over on the Wisconsin side. Next stream we'll play around, we'll explore some of the farms a little bit. But we were able to get oh, look at that. Let's just look at the nice sky. Stars. The moonlit night. So we were able to we got 1, 2, almost 3 full fields plowed in the first day. Sean, he's been over at Twitch a little bit. So we're going to finish this field off, and then we're going to call it a stream. Thank you guys for coming out and watching. I'm not really sure what our stream schedule is going to be. I'm going to try to do regularly scheduled live streams, but definitely not every day like we're doing with the single player challenge, which we will finish, by the way, on Sunday. Today we just sold all of our silage bales, made nearly $1 million. We were like $5,000 short. And all we got left is some logging to do. We are struggling with some snow. We've got probably 2 or 3 layers of snow on the ground. It makes getting around a little difficult. School starts next week, right after Labor Day. My kids went back to school about a month ago. No, not a month ago. They went back, I think, August 8th. That's when my oldest went back. But she will also get out, like, right at the end of May. Alright, well, if you don't like this plow, I saw the comment in there, I just didn't reply to you. If you don't like this plow, then you probably definitely won't like this one. This one's a 26-meter deal. Let's buy that. Then we'll buy something fun. Oh, yeah. There's the beast of a plow. Let's see if I can unfold it somewhere. There you go. That'll make quick work. Let's get 3 of them following each other. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. Like I said, we're going to come back another day. I'm not really sure when, but we will try to do regularly scheduled streams. Here we are downtown. What is this? This is the Indiana side. Or Iowa side, I guess. Working street lights. Drop down here. Where are we at? Although the street lights take quite a while to change. And they kind of change backwards. I don't know why they got a little red square there, but at any rate. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'm hitting the bed, and I'll check you guys later. Till next time, happy farming.